Democrats threw House Speaker Mike Johnson a lifeline Friday morning in a 316-94 vote to open debate on his four-part foreign aid bill over the objections of many within his own party. The bills themselves, which would provide military aid to Ukraine and Israel among other things, are expected to come to a vote on Saturday and to pass with a wide bipartisan majority. They would then be merged into one before being sent to the Senate. GOP infighting and discontent with Johnson's leadership was front and center after 55 Republicans broke ranks to vote against him and block the bills from advancing for consideration. The dissension was not a surprise. He was expected to lose several votes from within his ranks over perceived holes in the proposal. But Johnson's reliance on Democratic votes to offset the loss of rebels within his own party clearly grated upon the hardliners in the GOP who sought to obstruct his agenda. Republican Representative Paul Gosar of Arizona on Friday became the third to back a motion to oust Johnson from his post. The debate on the House floor Friday morning came just hours after Democrats helped the GOP overcome their first major hurdle with the legislation. In a rarely seen move, Democrats in the lower chamber's minority voted to move the GOP package out of committee and onto the House floor after it became apparent that three Republicans, Representative Ralph Norman of South Carolina, Representative Chip Roy of Texas and Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky, would go against their colleagues in an effort to scuttle the package. After Democrats on the committee joined the remaining Republicans to open debate, the bills advanced on a 9-3 vote. The win came after Johnson spent much of the week at odds with his party over his proposals. He found himself in the hot seat on Monday when asked to bring the Senate's already passed $95 billion foreign aid package. Instead, Johnson opted to split the package into four parts: Ukraine aid, Israel aid, Indo-Pacific aid, and a separate deal featuring conservative priorities. The news was almost immediately met with sharp criticism, with many dismissing it as weak and an attempt to pacify one faction of his party. With more party members vowing to vote against him, Johnson was forced to accept help from across the aisle to save himself. Gosar on Friday became the third Republican to join the motion to oust Johnson, indicating in a press release that his shift was linked to the border security provisions. The shift comes shortly after Republican Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky joined on the motion filed by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia. The move does not come as a surprise as Gosar was seen sitting with Greene on the House floor during Friday's vote. But his switch could influence others, like Republican Representative Eli Crane of Arizona, who have signaled an openness to backing the motion. Greene has not indicated when she plans to call for a vote on the motion, but many in the party believe she is waiting until she gathers more support. With the House adjourning, movement from Greene could come as early as Saturday. If she does decide to do it then, the lower chamber will have 2 legislative days to consider it. A floor motion to oust Johnson would require a majority vote, leaving it up to Democrats to decide whether to save him. Some Democrats conditioned any assistance to the Speaker on the passage of the Ukraine assistance, so the odds are leaning in Johnson's favor. But even if he preserves his hold on the gavel, his leadership of his party, and the House, will likely face continued challenges and disruptions going forward.